welcome to Cabinet meeting of the 20th of January. It's now 4 o'clock, so I'm going to start. Apologies for absence. Do we have any apologies for absence? Councillor Jabbar, thank you. Are there any items for urgent business? Any items for urgent business? No, none received. Thank you. Any declarations of interest on any matter of the agenda, Councillor Brownridge? Thank you. So just in case you can't hear because of the room, the acoustics, Councillor Brownridge will be leaving for item 13 and 17 as the Director of Northern Routes. Item 4, public question time. Have we received any public questions? None. Thank you. Item 5, Cabinet minutes. Does Cabinet agree with the minutes of the meeting held on the 16th of December 2024? Can I ask members to move and second? Thank you. Item 6 is shareholder committee minutes. Does Cabinet agree that the minutes of the meeting of the shareholder subcommittee meeting held on the 5th of December 2024? Agreed. Thank you. Item 7, Oldham Town Centre Built Heritage Project. So this is my item. So all this report does is it sets out the details of our successful bids to Historic England and the Greater Manchester Combined Authority for funding to help us establish a new project to safeguard our amazing heritage buildings that we are so lucky to have that are spread across Oldham. This builds on our strong track record of safeguarding heritage buildings that are important to our residents, and we all know how much we are identified with those buildings, but how much pride we have for those buildings. Because in most instances, they're not just buildings, they're not just bricks and rooms inside. They're actually places where there's history, there's memories that people have built, and we value them in such high regard. And we've shown that already with the work that's been done on the old library, the old town hall in the centre and Royton Town Hall, and it fully complements our Building a Better Oldham programme. So I'm really delighted with this today. So in terms of any questions or comments, does any member wish to speak? No? Thank you. Does Cabinet agree with the recommendations as set out in the report? Thank you. Item 8 is the VCFSE infrastructure. So Councillor Dean, this is your report. Thank you, Councillor Dean. Does any member wish to speak on that report? No, I'd just like to put on thanks my thanks to both you, Councillor Dean, in this, to Rebecca Fletcher for all the work she's done as Director of Public Health in Oldham, but also Action Together for really not just standing by us shoulder to shoulder, but really supporting up and stepping up when we've needed them the most. And I think this is something that is long overdue and they truly deserve. So happy to see that here and moving forward. Does Cabinet agree with the recommendations set out in that report? Thank you. Item 9 is acceptance of funding allocations for 24-25 for Oldham Lifelong Learning Service. Councillor Ali, over to you.
Yep, thank you. So our lifelong learning service, its mission is to deliver a high quality, accessible local learning opportunities which enable adults to realise their potential and gain employment by developing their confidence, creativity and knowledge and skills. The service delivers this to over 2,300 residents every year across 20 or more sites, helping them to access skills, build confidence and create new connections. So I was pleased to attend the celebration event last summer to celebrate their achievement, which included winners and finalists from several ceremonies at both the regional and national level, including Donna, who was a finalist at the prestigious Learning and Work Festival of Learning. It was a great evening to celebrate the success of our learners and support the team that provides that support. So Cabinet is asked to approve the acceptance for the £2.8 million of adult education budget from Greater Manchester Combined Authority to enable our team to continue to provide that fantastic support to our residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Ali. Thank you so much for this. And I agree with you. Like, lifelong learning service is essential. And actually, the journey of learning never stops. And those that have stopped in their adult life should probably start in some instances. But actually, it's really, really valuable. So, again, another item that I'm glad to see here. Does Cabinet agree with the recommendations that are set out in the report? Agreed. Thank you. Item 10 is Oldham's Monitoring Report 23-24. Councillor Taylor.
Thank you, Chair. So all local planning authorities must publish a monitoring report each year to measure progress in delivering the adopted local plan, and Cabinet is being asked to approve the publishing of the monitoring report for 2023-24. This is the first year that the monitoring report has included monitoring related to Places for Everyone, and although Places for Everyone was only adopted in March 2024, the plan period against which the PFE policies are assessed began back in 2022. So we began to monitor the effectiveness of the policies in PFE as we already do for our local plan policies. The monitoring report also includes data on housing land supply, reflecting the position of Oldham as of the 1st of April 2024. And just to say on that the council has more than enough deliverable housing land supply for the next 5 years, which means that with PFE, Oldham's planning policies on housing continues to be considered up to date under the recently revised National Planning Policy Framework, and the borough is therefore protected from ad hoc housing development that does not accord with PFE or our local plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Taylor. Does any member wish to speak? No. Does Cabinet agree with the recommendations as set out in the report? Thank you so much. Item 11, again over to you, Councillor Taylor, is the demolition of the Office Block 1 South Link.
Yes, thank you. So in February 2020, the Council approved the demolition of Office Block 1 at Southlink, and this report seeks reapproval to demolish the vacant building. As Cabinet will remember, we approved Vistry Partnership to develop land at Southlink following the completion of a competitive land sale process in October of last year. Vistry will deliver 146 affordable homes, including 32 at social rent on the Southlink site, which includes this land. The demolition will enable the site to be ready for construction and remove a vacant building which is likely to attract vandalism and antisocial behaviour, especially at night and weekends, and which will inevitably cost the council additional money to keep the building safe and secure.
Thank you, Councillor Taylor. Does any member wish to speak on that report? No. So we're going to consider the recommendations of that report at item 15. Item 12 is selection of the preferred developer. Councillor Taylor, this is again your report.
Yes, thank you, Chair. This is in relation to the former South Chadderton school site. So following a competitive land sale exercise, the Council received 10 strong bids for the site. After a 2-round clarification process, Rowland Homes has been selected as the preferred developer for the site. Rowlands will develop 159 homes, including 60 affordable homes with 15 for social, truly affordable rent. And it's a shame that Councillor Jabbar isn't here, because all homes will be constructed to the low carbon future home standard, which I know he would highly approve of.
Thank you, Councillor Taylor. And along with Councillor Jabbar's excitement about the carbon footprint, I'm really delighted as a former councillor for South Chad, actually, because it's really important, and this will mean a lot to residents. And I know Councillor Chris Goodwin, who's the current councillor there, will know what I'm talking about, because that site has been there, it's been vacant for a long time. It's been traumatic for some people when they think about what that site was used for previously, but also residents do need housing. And the one thing that I did, I'd like to put on record, say when I was a councillor in that area, was my sort of commitment to the green space of that, because it's not just about building houses and blocks. What we're trying to do is build communities, and everybody at the very least should live somewhere where it's clean, green and safe, and this will ensure that there is green space. So it's a community that we're trying to establish there. So really delighted that this is finally here and coming through today. It's going to be so important to the people of South Chadderton, and really delighted to see it here. So does any other member wish to speak on that report? No. Cabinet will consider the recommendations of that report at item 16. So item 13 is my item. So it's in relation... Oh, sorry, Councillor Brownridge. It's okay, don't run. Safety first. So item 13 is my item. So it's in relation to Northern Routes and the contract award and the next steps for the phased delivery of the report. So this paper itself is to approve the drawdown of external grant funding from two sources. So one is the Town Deal Fund and one is the Levelling Up Fund Round 2. So that we can begin work on construction of the visitor centre and the forestry skills centre and any other necessary works on that site. So this builds on the remarkable work done by Northern Routes Charity, who we are proud to work alongside. But essentially, obviously, the spaces are, so it's really important and integral to us that whatever is delivered from there is delivered correctly and actually is something that will help contribute to improving the lives of our residents who live around there. And we know that some of the communities surrounding Northern Routes are the most deprived communities in Oldham. So we're hoping to create a thriving space for not just education, but recreation and enterprise, showcasing Oldham as a leader in green innovation and ambition that this funding will help us to drive forward together. So really delighted to see it here today. We'll go and visit Northern Routes again like we have done, but actually to put our thanks on record to the charity itself, but essentially just proud to be able to deliver this to the communities who live there. So does any other member wish to speak on that report? No? So we'll consider the recommendations in detail at item 17. So item 14 is exclusion of the press and public. Can I ask a member to move and a member to second? Sorry? Yeah, we'll do that. Does somebody want to move it and second? Move? Second.